Good morning. It is 8:32 a.m. on Wednesday, June 8th. Yeah, 2022. I'm Christiana Ellis and I've been up for a little while. This is 5 more minutes. So, right now there's Marvel and Star Wars shows going at the same time, both on Wednesdays. So, my whole thing of like, oh, I'm going to get up early and watch the new show before doing the 5 more minutes, like if there's two of them now, I feel like that's not sustainable. I might have to figure something else out. Anyway, so there's a new episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi and a new episode, the very first episode of the Miss Marvel show. And I guess maybe in order. I watched Obi-Wan first. This is Obi-Wan episode 4, and I like it fine. One of the things that's surprising me a little bit about it, though, is that there's several people whose opinion on stuff I usually am pretty on board with. Not always, but usually. And they have a lot of complaints about it. And it's, again, one of those situations where, like, I hear their arguments and I don't even precisely disagree about the points they make as much as those things just don't really bother me. Like like I'll concede that I wouldn't say that I wouldn't call it like the best of what Star Wars has to offer, but I feel like it's fine. It's maybe okay to say I wish it were the best thing I've ever seen, but that doesn't necessarily translate to it's bad though, actually. And I'm like, I don't know. I think it's fine. Like, I can enjoy just a hamburger. I don't know. I obviously everyone has their own emotional reaction, but I feel like people weirdly sometimes build up their own expectations for things where I don't like I don't think this is true of the person that I'm actually talking about. So like I'm not sure where this is coming from exactly, but like there certainly is an internet trend lately where it feels like the scale of quality for movies is 8 and up or 2 and below, right? Things aren't ever just okay anymore. Like, I'm liking a lot of the stuff in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Is there some sloppy storytelling? Is there some wonky blocking or action? Yeah, but you know what? Like, this stuff that I like kind of makes up for that, and I like it fine. I don't think it's amazing, but I like it fine. So I'm a little bit surprised when the wonky, but I guess maybe it makes sense that if the things that I like didn't hit as hard, the things that are a little wonky maybe would bother me more. I guess that's fair. In any case, Miss Marvel, good. I like it a lot. I am excited to see more. Um, Miss Marvel is a great character from the comics, and they've got a great actress for the part. I think that we'll have to, certainly there's been some discussion up till now about the change to her powers, just because, in particular, with the original origin of the character, the specific nature of her powers actually played into the story in a way that seems like if they change it, then it can't quite do the same. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But by and large, as we stand so far with the first episode, I think it's great. So, where I was saying Obi-Wan Kenobi, just okay, Miss Marvel, great, in my opinion. Also, as I've been continuing to rewatch Sam Raimi movies, last night I watched A Simple Plan, and boy, that's a good movie. It's interesting when watching it in the context of Sam Raimi's movies generally, because I think it is one of his most controlled. Like he's not doing a lot of really fancy camera work or unusual stuff or, weirdness. It's really just very straightforward, but it's straightforward in such a precise, interesting way. And it's really, it's telling a simple, grounded, non-supernatural story, but it's just done so well with great performances where you just sort of like you have these established characters behaving in believable ways throughout, and watching just, you know, it just goes to show you the whole idea, the concept of like, so if you haven't seen it, the basic premise is that this guy and his brother's friend find a crashed plane in the forest. This crashed plane has $4 million cash in it and a dead pilot. And as easy as it is to say, of course you don't try to keep the money. Haven't you ever seen a movie before? The you know our main character, played by Bill Paxton, says the same thing, except, gosh, that is a lot of money. Maybe if you could figure out a way. And then sure enough, it just all falls apart because, of course it does. Turns out crime hard, actually, in a lot of cases. In any case. And also just the situation of like, someone's always going to come looking for $4 million. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.